My video for March the 2nd, 2020 is number 3,383. The title is Transition to Total Tyranny. As I recorded my last video with Aristo, he used the expression transition to tyranny. That caught my attention as a good title. He feels, as many do, that rather than transitioning to a better and more honest world, we may be moving into increasing deception. I wonder myself, is Trump part of that deception? Is the whole political circus just that? A trick to divert attention? Misdirection has always been a ploy of magicians, as my friend Steve Hart would say. A good magician makes it virtually seamless. When dealing with the human population, it would make the ploy more difficult. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but not all the people all the time, or so the cliché goes. As I've stated repeatedly, I live for a transition to heaven on earth, certainly not more of the cruelty and despotism that have marked human history for who knows how long. We are still on the planet of the subhumans, as my friends Hal Catt Smith proclaimed in their book. For me, subhuman and demon are virtually synonymous. The world rulers are surely less than human. Fallen angels? Who knows anymore? Lies are always tools of the despotic demons like Lucifer. Oh my goodness. I had to go to my library behind me. You can see those are the books that I managed to save when they took my house. I lost a whole lot more. But anyway, this is the book by Hal Catt Smith, Planet of the Subhumans. And by the way, they now live in the same apartment complex where I live. I was surprised when I ran into them, I think the first week that they moved here, and I've had some brief conversations with them, not great detail yet. But in any case, I was glad to see that their book was still on my shelf. As I've said, I've had to get rid of a lot of books because of them taking my house and not being able to put everything in the library here. Anyway, that's a long story. And my friend Steve Hart, by the way, is recovering from his surgery. He's still not 100%. I don't want to go into details about his situation, but I am in communication with him. And I was happy to reconnect with my friend Aristo. Again, we had a little bit of problem getting things going. And then when I try to select the image for the video, it says authentication expired. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I sat there and waited and waited and waited for them to give me. They always give 3 choices of an image. And sometimes I've rejected all 3 of them. But in any case, it said the authentication expired. So it did not allow me to choose the image that I wanted. And it looks like he's either praying or asleep in the image that went up on the video. But this whole game, if it's a game, that we are involved in as human beings on this planet is, to me, just insanity. I have, as I've said again and again, I've lived my whole life with the vision, the dream, if you will, of playing a role in bringing heaven to earth, which, of course, one of the cornerstones of heaven on earth would be truthfulness. Now, we can see, if we have half a brain, we can see that things are far from truthful on this planet. The media is an instrument of lies, and government is simply mind control. And it's a demonic or Luciferian plan to invert everything, to turn everything on its head, inside out and upside down. Nothing is what we are told it is, because the phraseology and the wording that they use to describe things, they always use good words, but they don't mean what we think they mean. Do you understand? Does not mean do you comprehend. I know I've said this so many times. It means, do you stand under our jurisdiction? The gold fringe flags are a desecration of the American war flag. You can see the peace flag. Do I still have that up back there? I guess I took it down. I don't see it. I always had the peace flag up there, but I guess recently I know I was moving things around on the desk behind me, and anyway, I don't see it, so I did take it down, obviously. But the peace flag is vertical stripes, and it's a white background with blue stars. That's the American peace flag. That we don't fly that anymore, because the United States has never been at peace, except for a few years interspersed here and there, and not in recent history. Everything on this planet of the lie is a deception. Everything. And it is run by people of the lie, fallen angels, demons like Lucifer, who pretend to be God, but they lack the God characteristics, or I should say, the characteristics I hope are of our Creator, of being truthful, of being loving, of actually choosing to do the right thing. But instead, the world that we live on is a world that has been acquiesced. It's been given to dark forces, however you want to label them, to do as they will with no repercussions. And people say, Ron, but it's a free will zone. It's not a free will zone if those that claim to be our leaders take away our free will by not making full disclosure of the truth. We cannot be free unless we know the truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. But we on earth as humans do not know the truth. And how can we? When everything is riddled with lies, when everything is convoluted, turned on its head, when everything is a charade, everything is a trick, and we've all been tricked. We've all been deceived. We've all been herded into a mass of humans that are ill-informed, non-informed, or simply ignorant of our own capacities, our own talents, gifts, and abilities. We are ignorant of the things that we need to know to be really free. And we are kept ignorant by the system under which we live, like it or not. And I keep asking myself, where's the love? Where's the Creator? When will the Creator take responsibility for the miscreation that has obviously been allowed? The fallen angels, who were bright like Lucifer, the brightest one of all, fell and became the dark ruler. Insanity. Just so much insanity, so much deception, so much disinformation. What will it take for God and creation to become awakened? Thank you, folks, for listening, and namaste.